What's up, runners? Cuzzo here, and today I want to talk about the things that are going to save Marathon. The top 4 things that, in my opinion, are a requirement for Marathon going forward. Just a reminder, this is a really small channel. I would really appreciate any love, any support. Please like and subscribe. If Marathon's your main game, please consider subscribing. Like I said, I do this out of the love of the game because I love gaming. So let's dive in, though. So the first thing I want to talk about is maps and map variants. Okay, so with season 2, they did bring Night Marsh. I think Night Marsh is cool, and I think they should continue to do different versions of the maps that we do have. And by the way, there are rumors of an overgrown perimeter, whatever that means, and I'll put some concept art on screen for you. But I kind of hope that that's not the case. I think we need a brand new map with brand new enemy types, new puzzles, and new challenges. I hope that the new versions of the same maps come as well. But I think that Season 3 really needs a fresh experience, right? And Bungie is so good at creating sort of puzzles. And, if you look at the Destiny raids, I mean, their capabilities for creating maps and map design, I mean, it is next level. It is, top tier, S tier in the gaming industry. And we just need that new experience. I do think a new map would be great in Season 3. I don't know if we're going to get it, but I just thought that I'd put that out there. I do think that that needs to happen. And if they do a different version of Perimeter, I think that they need to have that element of fresh, new challenges, new enemies, right? That needs to be a thing. And I think it would bring an influx of players. I also hope that eventually we will explore more of the Marathon ship that the previous explorers to the solar system came here in. We also know that the compilers aren't even the aliens that killed the humans, right? They are a slave race to the main alien race. So that's kind of my opinion on the first thing that I would say we need is just new map experiences, a fresh map. Cryo being gate kept, and then I feel like a lot of people just play Outpost because the loot's good. They've done a good job this season at making Perimeter viable with being able to kill dragons and all the little extra events. But I think we need a new map in Season 3. But we're gonna move on from there to number 2, which is I do think that this game needs an arena style mode. And I want you to think Apex Legends Arena. And if you haven't played Apex, then I'll explain it. It's a 3v3. And you could just do it on POIs that are already on the maps that we have, right? Like imagine a 3v3 on North Relay or Algae Ponds or Complex. You know what I mean? So you would just do it on POIs we already have. They don't need to make new maps, right? You just cut out a section of the extraction maps, right? Best of 5 rounds, right? Not a 2 out of 3. I think 5 would be better. Before each round, you would spend credits on weaponry and grenades. You can't buy shotguns or snipers until the later rounds. This would bring an influx of new players, in my opinion, and give the game just kind of something fresh. I think that the PvP is so good in this game. It's actually peak. Even a team deathmatch would be fun. I think that a TDM would be really good. Not to mention, I want to throw in that we absolutely need a firing range with all the buildcraft potential that this game has with all the implants and the perks. We absolutely need all the abilities and utility items. We absolutely need a place to go test that stuff. It wouldn't be hard to do. We need a firing range as well, but we absolutely need a TDM and arena style mode that would bring new players in and give us a chance to sort of just break away from the extraction. Now we would need, obviously it would need to be something that wouldn't take people away from the extraction part ultimately, meaning that maybe you have the cradle system disabled and some of the perks that you get from the extraction mode. It wouldn't be the full experience per se. It would just be kind of get in and fight, and it would be a sort of side kind of experience, and that would need to be how it would be done in my opinion. But we're gonna move on from there to number 3, and I think that we need more engaging storyline quests or missions telling us what is actually happening with the UESC and the marathon. A big critique that I heard from Scaro and some of these bigger streamers, these bigger names in the Bungie sort of the Bungie sort of field is that that they didn't do a good job at telling us like why, what are these husks? Why are these new enemies here? These zombie-like enemies. What is the anomaly? Like, why is the anomaly acting up? Why is the UESC studying the anomaly in Complex, right? They didn't do a good job of telling us what's going on. I think that we need, I know that people enjoy the lore, and I think that it would be really cool if you saw each season. Bungie has a really rich past of making really good cutscenes and story missions. Even if it was just a couple missions per season or something, where you got some cutscenes and you would go into a map and it would literally just progress the storyline. I think that would be super cool and not that hard to do. From there, we're going to move on to number 4, and this is the biggest thing that I think needs to change, and it's weapon balancing and meta changes, right? And I think right now, high tier play is literally just throwing bubbles and pulling a Mizzy out. It's basically just bubble and Mizzy spam, and it plagues the game, and I don't know, it's just annoying to me. Like, they took the rate of fire off of the Slick Mag, but then just natively increased the rate of fire for the Mizraya outright, and that to me blows my mind. It's insane. Like, what are we doing? That gun needs to slow down. They need to reduce the rate of fire, please, Bungie. I just don't understand. Also, what are we doing with the Waster? Like, why is the Waster so bad? I don't understand. Like, either give it maybe 3 shots or something, or buff it, but then slightly reduce the rate of fire. Like, the repeater needs to be buffed. Like, if they slightly increase the rate of fire for the repeater, it would totally be viable. And I think the KKV, honestly, it's fun to use if you're hitting all headshots or if you have the right mag on it. But like, other than that, the KKV kind of feels lackluster. I don't know. I think the BRRT also just feels bad comparatively so to when you compare it to like the bully or other guns. Why does the BRRT need to be so bad? I think the Copperheads, it feels better this season for sure. But yeah, the BRRT slightly needs a buff. I just want to see the meta change. I think that maybe the bubble should either be a gold tier utility item, or it should have just been a character ability, honestly. So I'd really like to see the meta changed. And those are the top 4 things that I think would save this game. And if you enjoyed the video, I want to know what you think, okay, in the comments below. Please tell me what you think need to change. Share this video, let Bungie see it. I know that they're listening to feedback because they're hurting right now. But please, drop a comment, like and subscribe. Like I said, very small channel. I'd like to get to 1,000 subscribers. I'll do some giveaways. You guys have a blessed rest of your day, and I'll see you on the next video.